Hey everyone, it's Sarah and I'm super excited to share with you all this colourful festival crochet crop top. It just makes me very cheerful and happy when I look at it because of all the pretty colours that work well together. You can use it as a halter neck crop top by tying the chain around your neck or as a bandeau by tying a nice bow at the top. For this pattern I have made a total of 12 squares, 6 on the top and 6 on the bottom, and it makes a size medium. At the end of the video, I will go over how to make the crop top smaller or larger, so stay tuned. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future tutorials. And with that, let's get crocheting. This is one of the bands of 6 that we will be joining together, so we need to make 2 bands of 6. I started as a circle and then made it into a square. I am using yellow, orange, pink, blue and white thin acrylic yarn, and I did the same colour pattern for every square, but you are free to mix and match if you like. The more colourful, the better. I will also be using a 3.5mm hook, yarn needle and scissors. To begin, we need to make a magic ring in the yellow and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we need to double crochet 11 in the US terms into the magic ring. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through your last 2 loops to double crochet 1. We need to do another 10 double crochets as the chain of 3 acts as 1 double crochet. So that's our 3rd double crochet, 4th double crochet, 5th double crochet, 6th double crochet, and continue to double crochet into the ring until you have a total of 12 double crochets. Now that we have our 12 double crochets, we need to pull the ring tight and grab the next color yarn, which is the orange for me. Into the very top chain, slip stitch with the orange to finish round 1. Now chain 4. The chain of 4 acts as a treble crochet, but before we go any further with round 2, I like to tie the yarn together and cut off the previous round's colour, which was the yellow, to secure the work. And I usually weave in the ends at the end of each round. For round 2, we will only be working in the spaces between the double crochets. So to do a treble crochet, we need to yarn over twice, go into the space between the double crochets, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through your next 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through your last 2 loops. And that is your 2nd treble crochet. Into the same space, we need to do 1 more treble crochet. Now we have 2 treble crochets in 1 space. Into the next space between the next 2 double crochets, we need to do 2 treble crochets into that space. So that's your first treble crochet and your second treble crochet. Into the next space, we are going to be doing 2 treble crochets, just like what we have been doing previously for the other 2 spaces. That's 1 treble crochet and 2 treble crochets. We need to continue doing 2 treble crochets into each space for a total of 24 treble crochets for round 2. You can pause the video here to catch up and I'll meet you at the end of this round. Now that we are at the end of this round, you will notice that there is still 1 space left. So the chain of 4 that we did at the beginning counts as 1 treble crochet for that space. So we need to do 1 more treble crochet to have a total of 24 treble crochets. Now we need to grab the next colour, which is the pink for me, and we need to slip stitch into the top chain with the pink to finish round 2. Chain 3 to begin round 3, and don't forget to tie your yarn together to secure your work. Into these spaces between the treble crochets, we are going to be doing 2 double crochets in each space for a total of 48 double crochets for round 3. So into this first space here, double crochet 2. That's 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets. Into the space next to those double crochets, we need to do 2 double crochets into that space. That's 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets. Now into the next space around the circle, we are going to do 2 double crochets. That's 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets. Just repeat the pattern around the circle and I will meet you up near the end of this round. Now that we are at the end of the round, there is 1 space left with only the chain of 3. So we need to do 1 double crochet into that last space to have a total of 48 double crochets. And this is what we should have so far. It's time to turn the circle into a square. I am going to slip stitch with my next colour, the blue, to finish round 3. To begin round 4, we need to chain 3, and this time we will be working in the stitches, not the spaces. So into this first stitch here, we are going to do 2 double crochets. That's 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets. Now chain 1 and into the same stitch double crochet 2 more to make your first corner. Into the next stitch double crochet 1. Now into the next 3 stitches, we need to half double crochet 1 in each stitch. That's 1 half double crochet, 2 half double crochet, and 3 half double crochet. To make the circle have a flat edge, we need to single crochet 1 into the next 3 stitches. So that's 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, and 3 single crochets. We need to do the reverse of what we just did to get to the other corner. So into the next 3 stitches, half double crochet 1 in each stitch. Into this next stitch, do 1 double crochet. And into the stitch after that 1 double crochet, we are going to do 2 double crochets, chain 1, and then do 2 double crochets back into the same stitch to make your second corner. Into the next stitch, double crochet 1. Now into the next 3 stitches, we need to half double crochet 1 in each stitch. To make the circle have a flat edge, we need to single crochet 1 into the next 3 stitches. Into the next 3 stitches, half double crochet 1 in each stitch. Into this next stitch, do 1 double crochet. And into this stitch, we need to make the third corner, so double crochet 2, chain 1, and then do 2 double crochets back into the same stitch. I will leave you to repeat this pattern for the other 2 sides, and I will meet you up near the end of this round. To finish this round, we need to half double crochet 1 into each of the next 3 stitches. We need to change colour again for round 5. So I will be using white, and because I am using white, I have just changed my background to black to make it easier to see, because it is very hard to see white on white. So we need to slip stitch with the white into the top chain. Chain 3. I apologize that I am missing some footage, but all I did was do 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches to get to the first corner. So now that we are at the corner, we need to do 2 double crochets, chain 1, and do 2 more double crochets into that chain 1 space. Now in all the stitches along this edge, we need to do 1 double crochet in each stitch. So we are at the next corner, and we need to do 2 double crochets into the chain 1 space, then chain 1 and do 2 double crochets back into that chain 1 space. Into each of the stitches along the row, we are going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch until you get to the next corner. Just repeat this pattern around the square and I will meet you up near the end of this round. So I'm just doing my last few double crochets. And now I'm going to slip stitch with the white to the chain 3 to finish round 5. We are almost done with the square. We just need to do a single crochet border. So we need to chain 1 and into the very first stitch, single crochet 1. Now into each of the next stitches, single crochet 1 in each stitch until you get to your first corner. Now that we are at the corner, we need to do 3 single crochets into that chain 1 space. To do the rest of the border, we are going to single crochet 1 into each stitch along the rows and into the chain 1 corner space, single crochet 3. I will meet you up near the end of this border. To finish the border, we need to slip stitch into the chain 1, pull up the loop and cut off the yarn to secure the work. And there you go, that is your first square out of 12 finished. So just go ahead and crochet another 11 if you are making a medium sized top, or about 8 to 10 squares if you are making a small, or 14 to 16 squares for a large top. I have joined 5 of the 6 squares together lengthwise. So we are going to attach this last square here so that they are next to each other. We need to fold the squares over so that the right sides are facing inwards and the wrong sides are outwards. We need to grab our yarn and needle and join the squares together. And I will be using the whip stitch, but if you have your favorite joining method, then you can definitely use that. So into this middle corner single crochet on both squares, we need to weave our needle and yarn through those stitches. Now line up the rest of the single crochets on either side and weave the yarn through the 2 single crochets to whip stitch. Do that for all your single crochets. Into the middle single crochet in the corner, we need to whip stitch and then tie the yarn together to secure the joining of the squares. I have all 6 squares joined now, and we need to do the same for the other 6 squares like this. Now that we have the 2 panels of the 6 squares, we need to line them up with 1 square on top of each other, and then fold them so that the right side is facing inwards. From the corner of the longest edge, insert your needle and yarn into the middle single crochet, and tie the yarn to secure it. Now all the way along the edge, we are going to whip stitch the same way that we did when joining the squares together. You can see that the squares are nicely joined together, so just continue to whip stitch all the way to the end. I am just finishing off joining the squares together. And this is what you should have. 6 squares on top of the other 6 squares. And this will wrap around your bust and waist. So now we need to make the front of the top, which will be the lace up section. You will need to fold the rectangle so that there are 2 squares on either side at the front like this. And if you did a total of 12 squares, there should be 4 squares at the back. Now we are going to work on the lace up front of this top. So with the white, we need to make a slip knot and insert our hook into the middle single crochet for the corner stitch. Then yarn over with the slip knot and pull through. Now chain 3. Going along this edge, which is vertical to your body, we need to double crochet 1 in each stitch. That's 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets, 4 double crochets, and just keep double crocheting 1 into each stitch until you reach the bottom of the crop top. So I'm just finishing my last few double crochets. Into this middle single crochet in the corner, we need to just double crochet 1. Now we have 1 row of double crochets. To make the chain spaces, where we are going to be able to lace up the front, we need to chain 1, and single crochet 1 into the first stitch. Chain 2, skip 2 stitches and single crochet 1 into the third stitch. And that has created a chain space where we will weave our chain through it. Now chain 2, skip 2 stitches and single crochet 1 into the third stitch. Chain 2, skip 2 stitches and into the third stitch single crochet 1. Just continue to repeat the pattern down the side of the double crochets. Now that I'm at the end, I just need to chain 2 and into the very last stitch, single crochet 1. I'm going to chain 1 and pull up the loop to secure the work. If we fold this part back over to how it was, you will see that we've added 1 row of double crochets and 1 row of a chain space. Now we just need to do the exact same thing on the other side and repeat those rows to line up with this side that we just did. I have done both sides of those chain spaces, and it's time to work on the chain to lace up the sides together. And this, remember, will be at the front of your body. So with the chain, I am using 2 strands of yarn and making a slip knot. Now just chain the required amount. I did about 200 to 250 chains, but if you want it wrapped around your neck like a halter top, chain more if needed. Now it's time to lace up the crop top. I'm not really sure how to explain this, so I'll give it my best shot. We need to start at the bottom and weave the ends through the last chain space like this, and make sure the sides are even. Now with this side, we need to skip 1 chain space and push it through the second chain space diagonally. With this side of the chain, go into the second chain space on the opposite side. And you will see that we've created an X. And now with this strand, we need to skip a chain space and go into the second chain space diagonally. And with this other chain, we need to skip 1 chain space and go into the second chain space diagonally. And that has made a second X. If you repeat that up the sides, you'll be able to lace up the crop top. I have made a bow at the top just to hold the lace together, but don't forget you can tie the chain around your neck to make a halter top. I didn't film this part, but I added a row of single crochets at the top and bottom of this crop top just to make it look more rectangular, but don't forget that it is optional. Also, to make the rectangle smaller or bigger, you can change the size of your hook, change the size of your yarn. You can also remove one round from the circle, or remove this added double crochet row, or add another double crochet row along the side. If you think of any other way to change the size of your crop top, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy this top as much as I do. It is just lovely and colourful, and it makes me happy every time I look at it. If you want to see more tutorials, please hit the like and subscribe button, and have a lovely day. I will see you next time.